Hello, thank you so much for ordering your Wines of Australia LOL kit. I'm Kirsten Fox with Fox School of Wine. We're going to do a little overview of what you've got in your kit and a little overview about Wines of Australia. So you'll have your lesson plan for your teacher notes. So this is what will provide overview of information, maps, the information about each of the wines you're tasting, your tasting grid, and additional information below. So this is handy for you. You can triple hole punch it and stick it in a binder for future reference. You have a wine aroma wheel that will help you with figuring out what you're smelling in the wine. So start at the center, move your way out as the wine aromas develop and you're smelling. Start to peg what you're getting in that glass. You also have additional tasting grids for people that you're going to be doing this with. They are welcome to keep these then and take them home for their reference. And you also have some great stickers to award to good student questions and good student answers. So we're going to go ahead and get started about to talk a little bit about Australian wine today. So wine in Australia is really an interesting proposition because it is one of the, well, it is the most dry and arid climates in the world, and the whole continent is that way. So really it's getting the water to the vines that is a real big challenge. And the first people to discover that was back in the late 1700s when England and British colonies decided that they were going to send their criminals off to Australia, ship them out. So these criminals arrive in Australia and start a colony there. And basically there are a few vines that they've brought with them, but they're really not really interested in growing the vines, and they don't have much of a demand. What really sparked the demand was the gold rush of the 1800s, and really the miners of the gold came in, they wanted something to drink. That is when the wine industry really took off. So as you're debating this and that, think about these miners. They're drinking their wine, but then the gold rush ends and there's no demand left. So really what has happened in that industry since then is there are really some large corporations that ship most of the wine out of Australia, but they're really the only ones that do a lot of shipping. There are a few small ones, but it's really 90% of the industry is controlled by 20 companies. So it's almost an exclusive. Total rainfalls looks like about 6.5 inches, so they've got to get water to the vines. So they have taken water management to a science and a love. They bring the water in, they can't get it too high, they can't water too much, or the saline content of the soil comes up and actually kills the vines. So they really have to be very careful with their water. Australians are not afraid to use technology. They have developed the bag-in-the-box concept. They have done all of these amazing technological advances in terms of water, and really they are leaders in technology as well with blending grapes. They've got some amazing blending different types of grapes together that you've never seen before. So don't miss. So we're gonna be tasting wines from South Australia today. 3 different wines. You're going to be tasting a sparkling Shiraz. You're going to be tasting a Chardonnay, and you're going to be tasting a full-bodied Shiraz as well, in the order of Chardonnay, sparkling Shiraz, and then Shiraz itself. Don't miss at the back side of this information on the history of bag-in-the-box wines, because it's been a fascinating trip for these Australians. Make sure that you scan your QR code at the end of the class and vote on your class's favorites so that we can keep track of which wines all the classes around the country liked best. Thanks so much for buying your LOL kit, and have fun as you learn on the lawn. Attention, anyone?